Hey guys, awesome. So again, my name is Ryan Cabrera. I'm with Champion Payments, and today I just want to spend a couple minutes talking about COVID-friendly payment acceptance. Now, one of the things that happens in any stores, there's a lot of surfaces and things that people are touching, and then other people are coming behind them and touching them. And so, just in an abundance of caution, there's really one central place in every retail store and restaurant that it seems like everyone touches or needs to touch that enters the store and buys something, and that's going to be the payment system. And so whether it's a convenience store and it's a customer facing unit, or it's a restaurant and you're handing your card over, there's some kind of best practices that have been released that can help with accepting payments in a more COVID friendly or even just a more germ friendly manner. And so first is mobile or wireless payment devices. So you'll notice a lot of times when you go to restaurants or you go to pick something up from the store, maybe people are bringing things to you curbside rather than handing you a check presenter or something that somebody else has touched already, or taking your card and running it into the store and back, or even in a table situation, where you hand over your card to a server. Uh, that all can be prevented if you use mobile or wireless devices. And then you'll notice, like, sometimes when you go through the drive-through at some restaurants, you'll just put your own card into the slot, and then you'll wait till it's approved, and then you'll pull it out. And then you're only touching your card, they're only touching the payment device, and there's no shared surface that's touched at that point. Um, to take that one step higher, the usage of contactless payments technology is also a big help. In today's day and age, any of the payment acceptance devices that were created in the last year or two, almost all of them should be compliant with contactless or NFC technology. NFC standing for near field communication, and this is going to generically include all of your things like Apple Pay, Google Pay, Samsung Pay. Those being probably the three most popular, but there are others that leverage the NFC technology in order to make a payment. And so most processors take all three of those, and most of these devices have the ability to accept them. So as long as everything is just set up from a configuration standpoint properly with your processor, you should be able to accept these contactless payments. And so imagine the same scenario where I don't actually have to touch the device itself. I can use my phone, my watch, or whatever to just tap on it. Many of the cards nowadays actually have the NFC symbol on them, so that you can just tap the NFC compliant card on the device, and that helps as well. But depending on if the customer is paying with debit or credit or whatever, there's still the issue of maybe signing with your finger on the screen, or pushing your pen in on the device, and so that's still touching the device. I've seen several things. Obviously, some sort of a cleaner that's not heavy in liquid, so some sort of an aerosol that can be easily wiped off. You can spray it on; it will kill the germs if you leave it on for the whatever the prescribed amount of time is, and then it can be wiped off. I've also seen third parties and actual device manufacturers coming out with plastic overlays, and these are basically just things that you can put over the device, and that way only a certain amount of touching will happen to the device, and then you can actually replace it, and they're making those pretty cost efficient. I've even seen a basket with finger condoms, where people can put on a finger condom, they can touch the device, do whatever they need to do on the device, and then they can dispose of it right away. The coolest thing I saw in reference to this, though, was a UV light that's specifically built. It's got a small battery in it, and it's meant to be used on these payment devices that you use a pen or sign with your finger or some pen or something like that. And the UV light just sits there and it just stays on, and that UV light is killing the majority of any microbials or viruses or bacteria or anything that's on it. And so all of those are things that you can do. Good signage and things around payment devices to allow for people to kind of know ahead of time what's expected of them before they encounter that payment situation are all good practices as well. Because look, many people have differing opinions of it, but if we can reduce the friction of compliance at the register, then you're going to reduce the number of people that are going to be put off or upset or anything like that. Because ultimately, all of us who are interested in this are interested in, continuing business in the best way possible, in the safest way possible, while still maintaining some sort of profitability and all that. So if you guys need more information on that, obviously there's a lot of good resources out there, but contact your processor. Hopefully they have some good resources for you there as well.